Welcome to this new episode of Factheist. Today we will discuss about a terrifying but harmless sleep disorder, sleep paralysis. According to psychologist Brian Sharpless, sleep paralysis is the experience of either falling asleep or waking up and finding that you are paralyzed. It was first documented in 1867 by Silas Mitchell, by Dr. Silas Mitchell. Other symptoms may include sensation of pressure on the chest, auditory hallucinations, sensations of levitation, visual hallucinations such as shadows and body shapes, body paralysis of course, and an overwhelming sensation of distress. This trouble is a parasomnia, a sleep disorder involving abnormal emotions, perceptions, dreams, behavior or movement during any stage of sleep. This trouble can happen to anyone but can be triggered by different causes: altered sleep patterns, narcolepsy, sleep apnea, post-traumatic syndrome disorder, sleep deprivation, certain medications, stress and anxiety.
I'm not okay.
Oh fuck, it's a new person.
What? I don't want new people right now.
Depression or simply sleeping on the back. First of all, you have to understand how sleep works. It's really simple. You just have to go on our video about exploding head syndrome. It's kinda explained there. Link here and in the description below. So what is going on in the brain during sleep paralysis? During REM sleep, aka the dreaming state, some parts of the brain activate, like the thalamus, the amygdala and the locus coeruleus.
They make fat jokes about the locus coeruleus,
which allows you to dream. But at the same time, your brain releases two neurotransmitters, gamma-aminobutyric acid or GABA for short, and glycine, which inhibit the pyramidal tract, the network of neurons responsible for voluntary movement. Therefore you don't act out your dreams. This state of paralysis is called REM-atonia, not to be confused with REM-itonia. So obviously you don't have any voluntary control over your respiratory system, neither your muscles. But as you wake up, glycine and GABA are supposed to wear off, allowing you to move again.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Not every time. Sometimes things can go batshit crazy. Sometimes there is an abnormal overlap of REM sleep and wake-up stages. They can switch out of sync. Then you can wake up before REM sleep cycle is over. GABA and glycine still being released. Your body is paralyzed as your muscles are still sleeping. Chest muscles too, except for the diaphragm. You will have some kind of awareness and your eyes will be able to move and look around. At that point, your brain may experience conflicting signals. If the right neurons fire at the wrong time, it can produce hallucinations. For example, the mirror neurons system, which is activated when you see someone performing a task you want to reproduce, and while you are reproducing the said task. During sleep paralysis, this network of mirror neurons can fire, then inducing the concept of a body shape projection of your mind in front of you. This supposed autonomous being will seem to act on his own. But remember that your mind is making this shit up, as our brain evolved to connect the dots, because sometimes it is a matter of survival. We will try to fill in the blanks to make sense of this high-tech nightmare, by making associations between what you see and what is stopping you from moving. As visual stimuli always override any other sensory one, your nervous system will trigger a combination of proper stress responses to this alleged attack. You will want to take in more oxygen in your lungs, but you can't because rematonia has removed control of your breath. This impossible struggle for air and the weight of your ribcage and sleeping chest muscles create a perceived sensation of thoracic pressure or suffocation. The temporoparietal junction, which plays a key role in making possible to sense and recognize our own body, can, when partially or fully activated, trigger out-of-body experiences. Our natural tendencies to recognize patterns and especially faces, which is called pareidolia, added to universal conceptions of what a phantom or monster should look like, can give our brains the missing links to complete the full hallucination experience.
It's musical. What do you think this is, a funeral?
All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah.
As scientific reality is way harder to explain than blaming evil spirits. People often mistake sleep paralysis for paranormal experiences. During this sleep paralysis state, the brain can perceive the slightest stimulus as a threat. Some experts call it a hypervigilant state of the brain. Every culture throughout history has had some kind of paranormal explanation for it, because the type of hallucinations you experience are informed by the culture going on. Witches, spirits, demons and ghosts are being replaced during the 20th and 21st century by more modern popular interpretations like alien abductions or some bullshit like that. There is no treatment for this trouble except of course reassurance afterward, but most of all to prevent sleep paralysis. Don't sleep on your back.
You want to go front to front?
No, I'm fine just going dicks up.
Dicks up?
I'm never going dick to ass.
But this phenomenon is less scary when explained by science. Knowledge is, once again, the cure.
Hail science!
And that's it for this episode of Factheist. We hope you have enjoyed it and what we put in it.
Dude, your references are out of control. Everyone knows that.
Thanks again for watching. I can now go back to my household chores. Peace out.
Let's go!
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.